Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. That's me, by the way. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there, folks. And there's a link to my new book, HMP Manchester Officer. Can't remember it my bloody self. HMP Manchester Prison Officer Part 3. It's doing quite well, actually. We got our 5-star review today. So I must be doing something right. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about Dominic Noonan. And not only Dominic Noonan, but this fascination that seems to be running through British society for gangsters. Having met many notorious gangsters, I can tell you that they are seriously disturbed. I mean, seriously disturbed. Let's take that idiot Dominic Noonan for a start off. He's currently still in prison. He isn't in prison for being a gangster. He's in prison for sexually molesting underage males, little boys. Now, there is a documentary out there that shows him with a series of these little boys. It was directed by Donald McIntyre, and it's called A Very British Gangster. More like a very British pervert, if you ask me. Dominic Noonan, his idea of being a tough guy was to extort money off people who are not as big as him, because he was a big bastard. Big fat bastard, by the way. Hope you're watching, Dominic. Yeah. And enjoying your largactyl, because you're no doubt on it now, mate. 10 mils and a cough, yeah, down the neck, 3 times a day. Walking around in a dream. What are you dreaming about, Dominic, eh? More little boys? Because that's what he's been doing. He had about 40 convictions, this idiot. I mean, it's no great big deal to be a gangster, you know. All you do is decide that you don't want to actually work for a living. What you want to do is steal other people's money. That's basically what it is. There's a series on BBC iPlayer at the moment about gangsters. Have a look at it up. It starts off with this idiot in Glasgow talking about being a tough guy and how he had a Stanley knife and knives about him, and he used to try and stab people in the eyes. How brave is that? I mean, come on. And these are the people that are being put up as being role models. There's no wonder we've got knife crime on the street if the BBC are running TV series which glamorise scumbags who steal, rob and take the money from the poor. It's no good saying that they rob from the rich and give to the poor. They steal from anybody. There's a part of the opening series, part 1, episode 1, as somebody discussing how they were doing what Frankie Fraser was doing during World War II. During the blackout, they were breaking into houses and stealing people's tea and coffee and sugar and eggs. I mean, come on. Ordinary people who were getting about their lives under arduous circumstances during World War II, when the towns and cities of Great Britain were being bombed by the Nazis and the men were away fighting them. And what were the scumbag so-called gangster types doing? Smashing windows, breaking into the houses during the blackout and stealing their eggs, sugar, whatever they could get their hands on. How brave is that? And then, what do? Okay, after World War II, they set up extortion rackets. And you don't have to be a tough guy to do that. You've just got to be a bloody maniac. You go into a place with an axe and you say, you know, I think this place could be vulnerable to an axe attack. But I can protect you from it. Of course you can, because you're the bastard that's doing it. You've got axe in hand, threatening the guy, whoever's running a legitimate business, maybe a corner store, could be a pub, could be a bookies. Yeah, whatever it is. And that's how they operated, by fear and terror. And these people, I mean, what's his name? Jimmy Boyle. Have you read Jimmy Boyle's book, A Sense of Freedom? Well, he was a knife guy. He used to carry a knife and go around knifing people. It isn't brave, it isn't clever, it's very stupid, it's very dangerous, it's an insult to society, and for the BBC to put programmes on that glamorise gangsters, they should be ashamed. The gangsters are, in my opinion, and don't forget, the ones I knew, 90% of them were what's known as gay for the stay. Now, I have got no problems with people being differently sexually orientated to myself. Let them get on with it. That's what I say. So long as they don't involve me, I'm quite happy. Get on with it. But not when they're in prison and raping inmates who are unable to defend themselves, younger inmates. And don't forget, we had people like Paul Sykes, 6'3", 6'4", 17 stone, great big guy, helping himself to the chickens. So that's what he was doing. And he had a mate as well who assisted him in this, an extremely rich drug dealer from Merseyside, whose name I shall not mention. He managed to bribe the staff to get himself onto the young offenders wing when he was about 32 years of age. Until I saw him there, I said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm the red band cleaner for the YP wing." I said, "No, you're not. Pack your gear, you're moving." "Oh, no," he said, the principal officer has appointed me." I said, "I'm going to tell you one more time, and then either you've packed your gear and you're moving, or I'll snatch hold of you and move you," which I would have done. What do you think happened? Principal officer came out of his office, started telling me, "Get off my land and you can't do this." Said, "I am moving this man. He's 30-odd years of age. This is a YP wing. It's an offence under the Prison Act. Now, you and me can go and see the governor, or I'll move this man, put him on the wing, and then come back and I will write my report and include your name in it. Or you can piss off and let me get on with it." Well, not many prison officers would do that, but I had to do it. I couldn't allow this man to get his hands on all these young inmates, which is what he was doing. He was swapping his cellmate every 2 or 3 days. And that's what the gangsters do. Dominic Noonan, yeah? Have a look at that bloody programme. A Very British Gangster. He's about as much a gangster as my false leg. Seriously. Anyway, I am now going to... It's that time of day. And don't forget to get my books, folks. Yeah, it's in there about me doing that. Oh, seriously. It's in my books. HMP Manchester Prison Officer. You can get them on Amazon. That's the song dinger, by the way. I'm bringing it to give you a chance to get out of here because although I'm not going to sing to you, perhaps I should sing to you. You probably deserve it if you've lasted this long. All right. Seeing as you insist. Love me tender, love me dear, never let me go. You have made my life so sweet, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Elvis Presley, eh? He's currently spinning around. Having heard that, I'm now going to read you a poem here. This is by Alfred Lord Tennyson. It concerns the journey between this world, the material world, and the spirit world that is the next, and it's called Crossing the Bar. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me, And may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea, but such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam, when that which from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. Crossing the Bar by Alfred Lord Tennyson. I sincerely hope you enjoyed that, folks. This is Tales from the Jails.